I'm climbing my 8,000 meter peak since 2010. 2010 I thought to climb Mount Everest, the highest peak, and then I will stop forever for mountain innings. I will stop. But after climbing 2010 in Mount Everest, it becomes the climb of all the Bengali. After climbing Mount Everest, when I reach Kolkata, every Bengali wants to know what next. Then I thought of the Kangchenjunga, the mountainous mountain. Everest was in my dream, in our dream. But Kangchenjunga, we never thought to climb Kangchenjunga any time. But when I climbed Mount Everest, I became the first Bengali civilian, from West Bengal. But in 2011, when I climbed Kangchenjunga, I became first Indian civilian. Thereafter, I never thought to stop. In 2012, we went to climb Annapurna, the 10th highest peak. Then also, after climbing, we became the first Indian civilian. But thereafter, in 2013, we attempt Mount Dhaulagiri. It is the 7th highest peak, 8167 meter. But when at the time of climbing, we almost reach around 8,100 meter, we fall in the blizzard and we somehow return back. We were at that time 5 climber and 5 Sherpa, but one climber from Japan, one lady climber died, one Spanish died, and one Sherpa died, and we somehow returned back, I and Vashoto Singhorai. But thereafter we not stop. In 2014, we again going to climb another 8,000 meter peak. It is Mount Makalu, 5th highest peak. When I climb Mount Makalu, I become the first and only civilian Indian who has climbed 4 8,000 meter peak. This year also, in 2015, April-May, I went to climb another 8,000 meter peak, Choyu. But due to earthquake, devastating earthquake in Nepal and Tibet, all the expedition in Tibet and Nepal abandoned by the government, and we forced to return back. All my 8,000 meter peak till date was in springtime. In the mountain season, there are 3 seasons: one spring, one autumn, and others are winter. Winter is very tough. All winter peak expedition are very tough expedition. This time I thought to climb Mount Manaslu in autumn. There are some peaks which are comparatively easy to climb autumn time. Manaslu is one of them. So I plan to climb Manaslu in autumn, and I started on 7th of September from Kolkata. I curtailed some time, and on that day I reached by flight Kathmandu. The next day by jeep Arughat, the roadhead, the last roadhead village. And then due to the earthquake, the epicenter is near Besishahar, and all the route of round Manaslu, it totally destroyed. So by helicopter, I reached from Arughat to Samagaon, the last village in this route, Manaslu expedition, on 9th of September. And the very next day, our trek start, and we reached, and on 10th at the base camp. This is our trekking route part. We reach at base camp on 10th. The next day on 11th, the puja ceremony happened there at base camp, and thereafter the mountaineering activities start. After 2 days rest at base camp, I think it is on 13th of September, first I started for base camp to camp 1, and then that day we return back to base camp and take 2-3 days rest. Thereafter we again start for camp 1, stayed there for 3 nights, and then we ascend to Camp 2, wait there another night, and return back to base camp for our acclimatization to go up and come down. Then we stay at base camp, rest at base camp 2-3 days, and we search for the good weather report. Initially we got the information that on 25th September and 26th September the weather above 7,500 meter will be clear. The wind will be lower side and generally little bit snowfall. But when the 25 and 26 September reach near, we got the several information from several countries, and we got the information that no, it will not be the clear for 25 and 26 September. It will be maybe 27, 28. The date changes. But on that calculation, I decide to start from base camp on 24th September, and on 24th September I reach the Camp 1. But then our weather report again come, and it says that no, it is not 27 and 28 September. It may differ. It may on after 29 and maybe to 38, maybe 1st of October. Then I decide to stay at Camp 1 for more days. I stayed there for 3 days, and then I reached to Camp 2, and then I stayed there for 2 days. Then at that time I got the information that 30th, 1st of October and 2nd October will be the best weather, and then I decide to climb on 1st of October, and I reach there 29th on Camp 3, 30th on Camp 4, and 30th night 12:30 I started for summit approach, and the next morning at 5:15 I reached at the summit. I stayed there for half an hour to get the photos, videos all over the panoramic film, everything, and then I returned back to summit camp 4 at around 7:30. I decided to return back to base camp on the very that day. That's because I know from 2nd October afternoon the weather will be the drastically, and wind will be much more. There may be some snowfall. So I decided to return back as early as possible, and I tried to return back. But when in between Camp 3 and Camp 2, to cross a crevasse, there were several hundreds, thousands of crevasses, open crevasses. So when I jump on over one crevasse, I twist my right ankle, and it was several pain. With that severe pain, I returned back. I continued, and that day on 6:30 I reached at base camp. Next day I stayed at base camp, as because in the meantime I got the information that two climbers from France, one died there and one severely injured at Camp 4. They may be caught by cerebral edema or pulmonary edema, and one almost died and one nearly died. So our Sherpas went there and come down one member to the Camp 3, and in the meantime helicopter came and rescued him from Camp 3. For that day, for that reason, on 2nd October we stayed there at base camp. On 3rd we did come down to Samagaon by train, and then on 4th by helicopter we reached near Araghat, one Arakhet, one village, and the very that day we hired a bus and returned back through night and Kathmandu next morning. So that is the total journey of our Manaslu expedition.